Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Germs, welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Wikipedia.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
Real quick.
Yeah.
I just got back from Costa Rica.
Again,
yes.
Right.
But
but this time for real.
Yes. It was great.
I'm glad you had fun. Well, I was here slaving away at a hot podcast.
I edited on the plane.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I actually love editing on the plane because I don't like flying and it gives me something to do. And hey, we're pretty fucking funny.
So you didn't have any time to watch any plane movies, I guess?
No, I watched very extravagant movies.
Oh boy, the trip to the plane ride isn't that long, honestly. I think it's only like a couple hours.
Well, we flew to Miami and then to
sure.
Costa Rica, so each one was like 2.5 hours.
That's pretty nice. Did you enjoy it? You said you saw or you heard some howler monkeys.
Yeah.
You didn't see any sloths, did you?
No, we did not see any sloths.
They're hard to find because they move real slow, which is not. They can move really fast. They just choose to move slow, so you can't see them.
Same.
I'm glad you had a good time. Over back in the United States, I saw the new Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
I tell you what, as a Manson family aficionado,
Okay.
it's a real hoot.
Okay.
It's a real hoot.
Okay.
There was just like, you would hear the names of like the names of the people like go grab Tex, and I was like, oh shit, Tex Watson, he's bad news. Like that's bad that he's coming. So like I knew some things that rewarded me for my disgusting knowledge.
And what about as a foot enthusiast?
Yeah, lots of great. I would give this movie
How many
the
toes?
same amount of
9 out of 10 toes.
The same amount of feet as were the same amount of thumbs up as were feet in the movie, which is to say about 8 thumbs up.
Ugh.
There was, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 4 different like foot shots.
It's
like scenes with feet in them, not just a singular it'd be like
that is bad, right? Like
he just is at this point unapologetic about it. He like the cat's out of the bag. Everyone knows his weird fetish. It's not that it's a weird fetish. That fetish is fine. I have no problem with the fetish. The problem I have is with him putting it on the silver screen for everyone to enjoy.
Because
it feels exploitative.
Right, because it is, I would assume.
Let's get some Brad Pitt feet up in the mix.
You see his butt in Troy.
Well,
that's fun.
I don't believe Tarantino did that one.
No, I'm just saying if you're trying to see parts of Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt did have a shirt off in this movie. He's looking good, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta say.
It just feels bad because
weird.
there is like I would assume a sexual element to it.
It's absolutely that. There's no other,
and that's
like to it's like
that's not.
It's not great.
No.
Yeah, but if you take chop those feet out,
sure, then everybody
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as someone who knew about that going into the movie, I was like, all right, let's see what happens. Because there's like a shot of it in the trailer, so I was like, great, all right, let's just get rid of that scene, whatever, or like I'll get through that scene, and then I was blessed with like 3 more scenes after that.
Well, at least we're only gonna have one more movie of his.
Is that right?
He said he was only gonna make 10.
He said he was only gonna make 8 back in the day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So the fact they made a 9th was like, okay, I guess we're just going for it, huh? So whatever. It's fun.
Do you think that
there's a baby crying above us?
He does that like this every morning, like when they wake him up. I think we talked about this.
I think we talked about this personally. I don't know if we put it on the podcast.
I feel like it was, but I could be wrong. But he just
wakes up crying. Yeah. Maybe he needs glasses or something. He wakes up and he's scared because he can't see anything.
Oh wow!
I just made that up right now. I was gonna say
that sounds real.
I was gonna say it as a joke, but the more I said it, the more I was like, you know what? Actually, imagine like waking up into a nightmare world. What if you didn't wear your glasses? No, that's stupid. I was going to say something stupid because I am that person. I didn't have glasses for the first like 10, 12 years of my life.
Sure.
I was going to be like, what if your dreams are all blurry? And then when you start wearing glasses...
Were your dreams blurry?
No, not that I recall.
Okay. How bad is your vision?
It's not super bad, honestly.
Okay.
It's not the Jonah Hill movie super bad.
I was trying to think of...
Michael Cera?
It's more the 40-year-old virgin.
Right. Yes.
Before we get too far away from Costa Rica,
Okay.
I did get you a gift.
Oh boy. I hope it's more mango.
It's sake.
Masake.
No, but it can help you with your sake.
A koozie.
Yeah.
This looks. This is absolutely. So it's a koozie. It's a very nice koozie.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely looks like a Rainforest Cafe ripoff, down to the font they chose to use for Costa Rica on it. That's amazing that Costa Rica ripped off Rainforest Cafe, who is in turn ripping off Costa Rica.
We drove by a place that was called Rainforest Cafe that was not the Rainforest Cafe, and I was like, fuck me.
That's so funny.
And I didn't realize this, but Cha-Cha, the mascot of Rainforest Cafe, the red-eyed tree frog fella, those live in Costa Rica, and as a youth, those were my favorite. I was a frog boy, which I think is the male equivalent of a horse girl.
That's interesting. And you grow up to be scuba divers, right? Frog men.
Yep.
Okay. I was into frogs too. I had like glow-in-the-dark frogs in my room.
I had frog shirts.
Definitely peace
for
frogs.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. I had a frog poster.
Yeah.
For sure. I had glow-in-the-dark frogs.
That's
I had a bunch of little
interesting.
plastic frog toys. But red-eyed tree frogs were my favorite. And I found out on this trip that they live in Costa Rica, and we did not see any, and I was very sad.
That is, we'll have to go back and find you some.
Yeah.
I don't know if I had a favorite frog growing up. I will say in Costa Rica there were these, what were they called? Zappos? I think they called them zappos.
Shoes.
Well, and they had poison glands on their necks, so it'd be very bad for dogs to find them and put them in their mouths. But humans could pick them up very easily as long as you don't put them in their mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was fun to just go around catching frogs. And
This is about to die too.
oh no, Johnny's battery's about to die. His microphone's fine, but Johnny's battery's about to die. You just want to get really super close and talk in the same microphone?
Old school style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's still... Yeah.
Let's leave most of that in. Ooh, fun.
This is weird. We haven't done this in... This is how we used to record.
Yeah. It feels like we're going to tell a spooky story around a campfire.
Ooh. I have a question about Costa Rica for you and just the general public.
Okay. Also, real quick, there in the Discord server we have for our podcast,
yes,
there's like an actual, I think she's from Costa Rica, so she's like a Costa Rica expert. And if you want to check out some of her fun facts, you can join the Discord by going to patreon.com/arcadeaudio and pledging, I think it's like $3 a month or something. Check it out.
Yeah, I don't know what she charges. Is Pura Vida a real thing that they say, or do they say that for the benefit of tourists?
It's a real catchphrase. It's a real national catchphrase. I don't know. It's definitely on all their T-shirts and stuff.
Because everybody was saying it. You would like straight up ask someone what that you like. Hey, how are you? And they'd say Pura Vida, and I was like,
no way.
Is this?
That's a tourist thing.
It has to be, right?
Yeah, because like where I was staying in Costa Rica back like 10, 12 years ago, it was like way in the country, and no one said that shit. Okay. But like when we would go to like, you know, the beaches or whatever, there would be like T-shirt shops, and they all had that shit everywhere. But no one. I never heard anyone say it.
Fucking everyone said it.
That's
it was
crazy.
buck wild.
That's like, it's almost like some dystopian shit. Like some, you know, like we're forced to say these phrases to keep everyone happy. Like what's the, not 1984, but the other one, Paradise Lost. Is that it?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about?
Animal Farm?
Animal Farm. Yeah.
In Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
I haven't seen that or read it.
They say when it's
I don't care if you spoil it or whatever.
I mean, it's not really spoiling it, but there's a point when basically it's like a kind of a what if, and if Voldemort had been in power. Okay. And everyone has like this weird like hand gesture that they do, and they say for Voldemort and for Valor.
Dude, what the hell? What that's like from Dude, Where's My Car? Like Zoltan.
Yes.
Man, I'd love to watch that movie again and see if that holds up at all. There's a negative % chance.
There's no possible way.
Okay. Well, that's not good. You want to try getting an article or we can think about it. We don't have to get an article. We could just talk about Dude, Where's My Car for the rest of the time we have. That was one of the few movies I saw with my dad, and it was like me, my brother, and my dad, and I seem to remember all of us liking it a lot.
I was obviously into it.
Yeah. I don't know. What's it was Ashton Kutcher and Michael Clark Duncan?
Sean William Scott.
I'm surprised they didn't make a sequel. You know, if that movie, could they? You know,
It was The Hangover.
oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
this is fun. 1700 Papal Conclave.
that's my address. It's crazy. They have a whole article for my address.
The Papal Conclave of 1700 was convened following the death of Pope Innocent, I swear, the 12th. It ended in the election of Giovanni Albani as Pope Clement 11th. Am I getting my Roman numerals correct?
Oh, I don't know. I can't read.
The conclave saw a rise in the dominance of the Zelanti faction College of Cardinals. It remained deadlocked for a month until the death of the childless Charles II of Spain. The cardinal electors anticipated that his death without a clear heir would cause a political crisis and moved to elect a pope that was seen as nonpartisan.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Really? I was going to say, who cares?
No, I'm the opposite. Where this is all like some NWO like behind the scenes type shit.
Okay.
Like this stuff is still happening today, but we just don't hear about it. You know, this is in the 1700s, so it's like you have to give it like 300 years before like it's allowed to come to light.
You think? Like, you think that this article was written?
Yeah, the documents
like
were unsealed.
It just
yeah, like the JFK assassination papers and all that shit. Did we talk about that like at all?
No.
It kind of came, it didn't, but it basically said that like people thought there was a strong lead that Hitler was still alive and in Argentina. They didn't prove anything, but like that is contained in the papers.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, so I don't know, man. I'm not saying Hitler killed JFK, but
did they like? I'm aware that Hitler committed suicide in like a bunker.
Allegedly.
Did they like retrieve? Did anyone retrieve his body?
I think what happened, if I'm not mistaken, was like it was recovered by like other. It was something ridiculous where like other Germans found it and then immediately buried him or something. It was like not. Yeah, conclusive the way you'd like it to be.
Interesting.
Kind of like in a similar vein where like the SEAL Team 6 or whatever like killed Bin Laden and then just dumped his body overboard into the ocean. It's kind of like that where it's like, well, I guess he's...
What else are you gonna do? But
I don't know. But then it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Take him home and then like parade him around and like it's like there's never gonna be a satisfactory conclusion to any of that stuff. So I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's certainly dead by now.
Was there also UFO stuff in those papers? Didn't some UFO stuff come out kind of recently? There's
a term for it. Like, yeah, the government's been slowly releasing
the Snyder Cut.
No. What's it called? There's a phrase for it. Like,
yes, I know you're.
It's spontaneous generation. It's like disclosure.
Disclosure. Yeah.
Where they're like slowly being like, okay, yes, there was some activity that we can't explain in this. Like they're slowly starting to like get people warmed up to the idea of UFOs. Maybe because our governments have been working with aliens, and it's time to start making it publicly known. So you got to start the cogs turning slowly.
This reminds me, I started recently listening to the podcast Oh No, Ross and Carrie.
Sure.
And they did like a UFO thing where they went to like a summit of like UFO people. And one of my favorite politicians from when I was younger, Mike Gravel.
Right. I'm getting Instagram ads for him right now.
Spoke at this event. I was a big fan then. I've grown up past it, but
reading his Instagram ads, I'm like, I don't know about this guy so much.
So he was speaking here, and I was like, okay, are you like into UFO shit? What's your deal? He was basically just speaking about full transparency, not really about UFOs, and that has always been his thing, is like just being super transparent with government. then I found out that he is a 9/11 truther, and that.
So he thinks UFOs did 9/11?
Yeah.
What does that mean? He thinks that we did it?
Yeah.
Huh.
And that kind of did it for me.
Did he specifically? That's specifically what he thinks. He thinks that we did it, or does he think that we let it happen? Like, was it passive or active?
I think he believes it was active. You know, jet fuel can't melt steel beams, that sort of thing.
Oh boy, that's pretty fun.
That's and like, yeah, that's too much, Mr. Gravel.
That's no good. Well, I'm glad he found his people though at the UFO Truther convention.
I guess.
He's still trying to run for president, right?
Yeah, his when he started again, his Twitter kind of blew up pretty big because his interns were just saying like,
did it blow up or was it blown up?
It was.
Smell you later.
God damn. I might invest in some new batteries. I feel like I don't know how many times you can recharge a rechargeable battery, but I feel like we're getting to that.
I mean, we had these for a long time.
Yeah.
Most of the podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe except for the first year, maybe.
And I charge them basically every other week, so that's I don't know, 100 charges each. No, more.
No, like 200.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh.
If let's say the podcast has been here for 5 years, it's actually been longer. It's been 7. I was gonna say, is it 7? We just did 350 episodes. Jesus Christ. So yeah, so 300 each.
Jeez. Yeah.
Is that right?
That'll probably do it. I don't know. Who's to say?
Yeah, half of 700 is 350. Right, minus the first year. It doesn't matter. Jesus Christ.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.